The Invisible Woman, a founding member of the Fantastic Four, maintains remarkable depth to her powers, leadership, and personal evolution that many fans have yet to fully discover. Beyond her role as one of Marvel's major female superheroes, Susan Storm has quietly redefined what it means to be both protector and powerhouse. Now, take a closer look at the Invisible Woman. Originally, Susan, as the Invisible Woman, only had the power to become invisible, fading completely from sight. Due to the limitations this presented, her power set was expanded to include projecting a strong, invisible force field. This first happened when Mr. Fantastic performed an examination on Sue, as he theorized that her powers were more extensive than previously observed. He was correct, as the examination triggered Sue to materialize the invisible force field, along with other developments in her powers. With this key addition, her abilities would evolve significantly over time. Sue could now bend all wavelengths of light around herself and others, rendering them invisible. She can also manipulate how light interacts with objects, allowing her to change their appearance or even make them selectively transparent. Her generated force field is incredibly strong and can be used for both defense and offense. These fields can take various shapes, including walls, domes, columns, wedges, bubbles, battering rams, and even complex constructs. Sue can use her force fields to create concussive blasts, suffocate enemies by forming barriers around their heads, or even slice through objects with razor-thin constructs. By projecting force fields beneath herself, she can levitate and move through the air, allowing near flight. As her abilities expanded, she became one of the most formidable members of the Fantastic Four. Her force fields have reached a level where she is considered a potential world-ending threat. Namor, the enigmatic Prince of Atlantis and famed submariner, was once a celebrated Golden Age hero before he mysteriously vanished from the public eye. In New York City's bustling streets, the Human Torch discovered him, a disoriented amnesiac, wandering as a derelict, and helped him reclaim lost memories. Awakened by his storied legacy and outraged by the surface world's toxic pollution ravaging the underwater realm, Namor ignited a fervent environmental crusade. His righteous fury soon pitted him against the Fantastic Four as they fought to defend the city. Amid the ensuing chaos, he encountered the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. While cloaked in invisibility, Sue boldly attempted to intercept his mystic horn, the instrument he used to command a colossal sea creature. Forced to reveal herself, her striking beauty captivated Namor, compelling him to offer an unsettling bargain. He would cease his assault if she became his bride. Sue's resolute rejection, backed by the united force of the Fantastic Four, subdued Namor and sparked a long-lasting, complex obsession, even after Sue and Mr. Fantastic would marry. A major instance of Namor's pursuit of Sue came after Mr. Fantastic risked his son Franklin's safety on a perilous mission. A heartbroken Sue, disillusioned with her marriage crumbling, abandoned Mr. Fantastic and filed for divorce. She went on to seek solace in Namor's guarded undersea realm. A fierce duel ensued between Mr. Fantastic and the Atlantean prince, ultimately leading Sue to reconcile with her husband, though the indelible, flirtatious spark between her and Namor lingered, ensuring his persistent, multifaceted presence among her allies. Patrolling New York City, Spider-Man raced after a group of jewel thieves, only to discover that their gang had already been cornered by the brash Human Torch of the Fantastic Four. As local media lauded the Torch for the capture, Spider-Man was seething with envy, wishing for his own moment in the spotlight. At Fantastic Four headquarters, the Invisible Woman was battling feelings of neglect as Mr. Fantastic remained absorbed in his research. In the midst of venting her frustrations to her teammates, Spider-Man burst through an open window clutching a bouquet of flowers. Startled yet intrigued, the Human Torch demanded to know his purpose. With frank honesty, Spider-Man admitted he had come to ask Sue on a dinner date, a revelation intended to ignite Torch's fury until Sue intervened and accepted the invitation herself. What started as a rival's provocation soon evolved into a genuine opportunity for Spider-Man to share an evening with the determined and graceful Sue. The next day, Peter Parker's excitement was almost palpable as he prepared for his date. That evening, as Spider-Man and Sue cruised off in the Fantasticar to a local pizzeria, an unexpected twist unraveled. The Human Torch, unwilling to let his moment fade, deceitfully contacted Namor, the fabled Prince of Atlantis, known for his long-held fixation on Sue, claiming that Spider-Man had kidnapped her. Exploiting this deception, Namor rushed to rescue Sue, plunging the pizzeria into chaos. Amid stunned onlookers and a suddenly erupted tussle between Spider-Man and the incensed Namor, Sue called upon her team to restore order. Her brother's boastful laughter soon gave way to her stern demand for an explanation. Thankfully, the Fantastic Four managed to break up the melee, and Mr. Fantastic later apologized for his inattentiveness. In a final twist that night, a humbled Human Torch discovered his prized sports car ensnared in Spider-Man's webbing. Sue's heart sank when she received a note from Reed, apologizing that his scientific research had whisked him away, leaving him absent on their anniversary. Disappointed yet seeking solace, she confided in her best friend Alicia Masters about Reed's absence on their special day. Determined to lift Sue's spirits, Alicia organized a vibrant girls' night in New York City, inviting dynamic allies like She-Hulk, She-Thing, and mutant telepath Emma Frost. After a lively evening of club hopping, the women settled at a cozy food spot and began to unwind. Over shared laughter and quiet conversation, Sue's mind wandered down shadowed corridors of what-ifs about her marriage. When the discussion turned to the men who had once captured her attention, Alicia inadvertently mentioned Sue's intimate past encounter with the Black Panther. The revelation sparked curiosity, and Sue recounted the Fantastic Four's first encounter with King T'Challa in Wakanda. After uniting to defeat a common foe, T'Challa had graciously invited the team to stay as royal guests. That fateful night, while Reed was preoccupied with studying vibranium ore, a lonely Sue ventured through the palace gardens and met T'Challa. The suave monarch offered to show her around, and soon they found themselves at a serene lagoon. With no time for swimwear, T'Challa playfully suggested a respectful skinny dip. In the gentle glow reflected on the water, he complimented Sue, and amid whispered confidences, he hinted at her hidden longing, though she reassured him that her marriage was, at least on the surface, happy. Recognizing the moment's intensity, T'Challa wisely retreated, and Sue gracefully excused herself, returning to her room and to read. The next day, as the Fantastic Four prepared to leave Wakanda, T'Challa bade them farewell. Though Sue still quietly contemplated what might have been, her friends were somewhat relieved to learn nothing more had transpired. Later at Fantastic Four headquarters, however, Sue discovered that Reed had spent the day journeying to the far reaches of outer space in search of an exotic, blooming alien plant, a surprise echoing their past adventures. Overwhelmed by this heartfelt gesture, Sue let go of lingering doubts, comforted in the knowledge that her life with Reed was as extraordinary as any adventure. Thanks for watching the video. We briefly wanted to share this with you. Get ready for a Marvel showdown like never before. Here is the LEGO Fantastic Four vs. Galactus construction figure, the first ever Fantastic Four LEGO set packed with action and imagination. With 4 iconic minifigures, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing, and a fully posable 11-inch Galactus, kids ages 9 and up can recreate epic battles from the Fantastic Four. It's more than a build. It's an adventure, complete with digital 3D instructions to bring the action to life. A perfect gift for superhero fans. If you are enjoying the video so far, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. Now back to the video. When the Fantastic Four faced an unexpected alien onslaught in the skies above New York City, the heroic team sprang into action. The invaders, intent on destroying the city, unleashed chaos that drove the team to track down their mothership. Their quest led them to confront the formidable leader, Zeus, who revealed himself the lone survivor of a planet that had been obliterated by the world devourer known as Galactus. Now committed to preventing more worlds from being consumed in the same fashion, he created a secret technology. Zeus had engineered a device capable of rendering entire planets invisible, a safeguard he shared with allied worlds to conceal them from the relentless scouts of Galactus. Yet, Zeus soon discovered that Earth harbored its own mysterious source of invisibility, a power that rivaled his own invention. Fearing that Galactus might harness this force to expose hidden planets and consume them, he launched a calculated assault on Earth, his ultimate aim being the elimination of its most potent wielder, the Invisible Woman. Realizing the dangerous implications, Sue understood that if captured by Galactus, her powers could be exploited to betray her home to cosmic annihilation. In a heartbreaking moment of desperation, she surrendered, allowing Zeus to prepare for her execution as her teammates pleaded for her to resist. Just then, Mr. Fantastic burst onto the scene with a powerful weapon. With apologies, he activated the weapon, apparently draining Sue's powers and leaving her vulnerable. In the chaos, Zeus took his leave, satisfied with this development. Later, Mr. Fantastic explained that he had covertly swapped Sue's abilities with those of her brother Johnny to mislead Zeus. To prove his ruse, he urged Sue to harness her new fiery powers. As she did so, her brother struggled to master his new power that caused him to fade from sight. Suddenly, Galactus himself appeared and, seizing the moment, abducted Johnny, transforming him into the Invisible Man, to serve as his herald in finding new planets to consume. Enraged and determined to rescue her brother, the now flame-empowered Sue urged her team to mount a daring rescue mission. As the team prepared, Sue struggled to harness her brother's fiery power, gaining a newfound respect for the discipline it took him to master its wild intensity. The Fantastic Four soon orchestrated a deep space operation that freed Johnny from the clutches of Galactus. Once the threat subsided, Mr. Fantastic restored the siblings' powers to normal, leaving the foursome ready to take on a new challenge. During a period when the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic had stepped away from the Fantastic Four to devote themselves to raising their young son Franklin, disaster struck. Franklin was kidnapped by a horde of demons that had recently begun overrunning New York City. Determined to bring him home, the couple allied with a patriotic hero known simply as the Captain and an ancient, reawakened Eternal known as Gilgamesh, the Forgotten One. In the ensuing struggle, Destiny led this disparate band of champions to cross paths with the mighty Thor, and together they waged an intense battle against the demonic invaders. Amid the chaos, their combined might prevailed, and Franklin was rescued from the clutches of darkness. As the Avengers wrestled with shifting membership and new alliances were formed, this formidable coalition was recognized as the newest Avengers team. The captain lauded the addition of Sue and Reed, especially commending the remarkable versatility of Sue's protective force field. Although their tenure with the Avengers was designed as a temporary alliance, an enterprise born of crisis, the couple ultimately chose to return to the Fantastic Four once Captain America restructured the team's roster. The Fantastic Four were dealt a crisis when they faced off against the malevolent villain known as the Overmind. The insidious fiend attacked Mr. Fantastic, shattering his once formidable intellect, corrupting his will, and unleashing chaos. With both the Human Torch and the Thing incapacitated, the legacy of the team rested solely on the shoulders of the Invisible Woman. Determined to reverse the tide, Sue devised a daring plan to forge an unlikely alliance with the team's greatest adversary, Dr. Doom. Driven by resolve and desperation, Sue infiltrated the heavily fortified Latvian embassy, where Doom resided. In their tense encounter, she warned Doom that if the Overmind triumphed over the Fantastic Four, its malignant influence would soon engulf the entire world. Initially dismissive, reveling in the thought of the team's downfall, Doom sneered at her plea, insisting he bore no responsibility for their ruin. Yet, Stirred by Sue's candid challenge and her piercing accusation of cowardice in the face of true menace, his stance quickly shifted and he reluctantly agreed to lend his formidable might. With Dr. Doom's power now allied with hers, Sue helped orchestrate a meticulously coordinated counterattack to outmaneuver the Overmind's insidious control. Their combined efforts not only neutralized the threat, but also shattered the oppressive hold on Mr. Fantastic, freeing him from mind control. Throughout her illustrious career, Sue has never shied from reimagining her team uniform. One infamous transformation raised more than a few eyebrows. She crafted a scandalously daring costume that resembled a sleek swimsuit. Although it maintained her signature navy blue and white color palette, with crisp long gloves and boots, the design boldly exposed her shoulders, thighs, hips, and midriff. The outfit was finished with a stylized keyhole at the bust, artfully shaped like the number 4 to pay homage to her iconic legacy. Sue explained that she had created this new look because the standard jumpsuit made her feel frumpy and uninspired. When she debuted the costume to her husband, his barely lukewarm comment, calling the costume nice, left her feeling overlooked and frustrated. Matters escalated when local citizens, already irate over recent collateral damage caused by one of the Fantastic Four's adventures, began to criticize her provocative ensemble. In a clever act of defiant humor, Sue retaliated by rendering the mob's clothing unseen, humiliating them in the process. Over time, however, she continued to experiment with her attire until settling on a sleeker, more athletic look, claiming that the previous costume had simply been too flashy. What do you think? Did you realize that Sue was this powerful? Are you surprised so many men found the Invisible Woman so attractive? What do you think of her contributions to the Fantastic Four? Whatever your thoughts, please share them in the comments section. Feel free to subscribe to this channel and share the videos. Click the bell icon to be immediately notified of new releases. You can also support the channel by visiting the links in the description box below. Until next time, this is the place to receive your regular dynamic dosage.